You're listening to the Awks Talk
Awks Talk.
Awks Talk.
podcast. Welcome back to the Awks Talk. I'm your host, Sho, and my special guest today, Lindsay.
Hola.
So today we're going to talk about lost friendships. I think it's a great topic.
It's a heavy one.
So you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I say it's a heavy one because despite, even though this is going to sound a little on the nose, but despite all the types of friendships that I've lost throughout my adolescence going into my adulthood, and everyone knows once you hit 30, like, there's a lot of loss of different types of relationships that happen within that time frame.
Yeah.
I want to say that losing platonic friendships, some of those I think have hit me in some of the most impactful ways. Whether it be negative or positive, I mean, that's left to be seen. Hindsight definitely is 20/20, but those have been much more impactful than even some of my romantic relationships, if I were to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. We've all had a lot of lost friendships, and like throughout the years, the older you get, the more friendships you lose.
I wish I had known that, because I've always been crazily selective about people that I allow into my inner circle. I definitely am one of those people that has very high walls, something that I've learned about myself throughout the years, because any other person off the street would probably tell you that I'm extremely extroverted.
Yeah.
But in terms of like getting personal with somebody and sharing those deep thoughts and the scary things that we are afraid of, I don't really allow a lot of people really. And I'm extremely untrusting of people.
Yeah. I think I'm like that too a little bit. So a good question is, what do you consider, like, what defines friendship for you? Like, what do you consider a friendship? Like, what is friendship to you?
So that's actually changed over time. So when I was younger, I thought, maybe because you're young and, you know, we always argue that time is a construct. When I was younger, though, because time seemed like this, a short amount of time seemed like forever.
Yeah.
I used to think time is what dictated what a friendship really was. And like the longer you spent being friendly with someone, the better friends you actually were. Obviously, as I've gotten older, that's really not even close to being the case. I don't really talk to a lot of people from high school, let alone elementary school, and the people whom I thought were close then, to be honest, and great memories about them, but I don't think about them really that much anymore.
Well, same. You move on from people, right? Especially if you don't see someone for a long time, they just kind of out of sight, out of mind, right?
Agreed.
But yeah, that's something I'm really jealous of Jess about, is the fact that she has a lot of time. When you say time and friendship, she has a lot of like high school friends that she's still friends with to this date. So like she's got friends like 17 years old.
That's crazy.
And yeah, like even like, you know, the friends that she has, like her core group, it's like, yeah, they've all been together for like 14 to 17 years or something.
Oh, so you've just been added to that friend group.
Well, just 10 years. I've been added to friend group for 10 years, so
okay, fair.
I've known them for 10 years now.
But they were friends for a long time before you showed
Before
up.
me, yeah.
Okay.
Because they were all like, some of them were elementary school, some of them were high school.
Okay, I have a question for you now.
Yeah.
So now that you've integrated yourself into that friend group,
Yeah.
are they still Jess's friends, or are they your friends? Have you formed better bonds with some of them than Jessica has, or has everything
So I'm obviously a little bit more like sociable and a little bit more talkative and open about, like, 'cause I have no shames. I just talk about whatever, right?
It's why I love you.
but it's like, so it's like in that sense, I've gotten really close with all the girls.
Okay.
And we have, like, I have my relationship with each one separately, but but I wouldn't really say they're Jessica's friends anymore. I think they're our collective friends, right? I think if I were to say, hey, if me and Jess were to break up tomorrow, would I talk to any of these girls, or would they talk to me, kind of deal? I think some of them would. Not all of them, but some of them would.
Okay. So there would be like a divorce, and you know, everyone.
I'm saying like mutual. If we like have a great divorce, like, you know, like good terms.
Okay,
but obviously if it's messy and like I'm the bad guy, I don't think But I think that's just natural, right? When you've been friends with someone longer and stuff like that, or even just you get thought of, but I'm not thought of as the boyfriend.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I think I've ascended that.
You're now your own individual person. They
Yeah,
all
I'm the
have
friend. I'm
okay.
part of the group.
They have their
Right.
own relationships with you. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you guys ever do separate, I guess not necessarily does anyone have to choose a side, but there will be some changing in like the dynamic.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
But
So yeah, I used to equate time as being the basis of a friendship. As I've gotten older though, I've had some experiences where you can know someone for 10 years, you can know someone for just a year.
hmm
Connectivity is a funny thing, and I guess when you find somebody that speaks your language or something about them speaks to you, you kind of find your tribe, right? Like we
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about chosen family amongst everyone. I
That's
think everyone has a chosen
that's
family.
Melissa's favorite term, tribe.
A tribe? Yeah, I think of it as a tribe too, only because I'm coming from a very close knit slash dysfunctional family, and that's my tribe.
Yeah.
Outside of that, though, I have over time added people to my tribe, released people with love from my tribe, because
Yeah.
sometimes, we're talking about friendships, some friendships just run its course. Knowing when that's happened is also a very difficult pill to swallow sometimes, and those are life lessons that I've also learned, I think, all within my early 30s.
Yeah.
I actually have a story very in particular. There was someone that I came into contact with through another friend that we had mutually.
hmm
And this was a new person into my orbit. And the way that we clicked was so organic. It felt so seamless. Um, the only thing I can compare it to, which is funny, this is what I mean by I think platonic relationships when and they end hurt a little bit more sometimes than romantic ones. I feel like we went down this rabbit hole. Like we got attached to each other extremely quickly and we wanted to spend time with each other and we wanted to get to know each other and we enjoyed just being in each other's energy. I should stop saying we. So me, for myself, I could tell you,
Yeah.
I sort of fell down this rabbit hole and I don't know, I felt like we were just two peas in a pod and again, maybe then this is where communication slash time are kind of at ends with each other. Situations started happening, things that we may not necessarily have agreed upon. However, communication wasn't that effective. People get hurt, they let shit slide, and then
Yeah.
over the course of time, sometimes it's like,
Just shit builds up.
right, it rolls downhill and it picks up everything, and
Yeah.
some people don't know how to say anything until shit literally has rolled downhill.
Yeah.
And we came to an impasse where I had someone for the first time ever come to me, express their concerns, and then this friend said they needed space for me. I was floored. Despite whether or not I agreed with their reasons, despite whether or not I understood,
Yeah.
they had the floor. They told me why they needed space. They actually put in their own boundaries and said this isn't up for discussion, which I wasn't new. I'm not new to boundaries by any means. I uphold them with other people, but this was just very new for me in the sense like we
With
can't
him.
even
With
talk
this
about this.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a friendship is a relationship.
It is. Yeah. It's
It's
a
a
different
relationship.
type of relationship. Yeah.
100%. And you're telling me now we have a problem and not only can we not
Fix
fix
it.
it right now, you also don't even want to discuss the solution. I was
Yeah.
heartbroken. I was devastated.
Yeah.
And we kind of, sorry, I'm getting choked up here. We took some time and I thought we were gonna revisit, and we didn't because there was just lack of communication. And then 1 year turned into two, turned into three, and I think
Just
we're.
time went
I
by
don't even know how
and
much time has passed. Like it's been a couple years though,
yeah.
and I still mourn this person. I mourn the friendship. I mourn the connection, and it was just unfortunate how it ended. But it was such an experience of growth for me, and it actually, when I did get over the hurt, which took a little bit of time, um, I learned to enforce new boundaries for myself as well.
Yeah.
However, I will admit, much like you just said earlier, as you get older, your circle becomes smaller.
Yeah.
My tribe is small, and I felt like I had no room to add more people to my tribe. But over this last year, though, life has just been lifing.
hmm
And I've sort of started to add people to that tribe again. And I'm putting a lot more emphasis on substance, the substance of another person, and not necessarily what do you bring to the table, but do I feel good? Do we enjoy being in each other's energy?
Yeah.
Despite of, let's just say you've only got 20% of your energy today. Can
Mm-hmm.
I make up the other 80, and are we good with that? Like,
Yeah.
are we solid? You and I are a great example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was a time where we didn't talk.
Yeah. There was a huge period of time where you were away. Well, you work somewhere else, and yeah.
Like, we both separated from each other and we stopped talking to each other, and you had this whole life happen, and
Yeah.
you came back a solid fucking adult,
Yeah.
and I'm still here. I feel
You're a
living.
solid adult too. Don't
I,
sell yourself short, but
I'm not, but I don't feel like I'm adulting half the time.
yeah.
But you're out here, like, you're growing people. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're leading. You have your own personal
Mm-hmm.
group of. You have your own tribe, literally, that you are leading
Yeah.
through the wilderness.
But I mean, besides that, I think I've had in my life a lot of people that have just come and gone,
Okay.
and especially like one of my best friends, who I still consider my best friend. I only see him like once or twice, or maybe in a month out of like every 5 years.
That's crazy. Okay.
But I think the friendship I have with him is like almost the same friendship I have with you,
Okay.
where it's like I won't see you for a long time, but when I see you, or like when I see him too, it's like we just pick up where we left off. Like nothing ever happened. There was never any space between us. We never not talked. We just catch up and we're just right back to where we were. Which I like that real dynamic between us, but yeah, I mean, like, I think, yeah, like you said, like, the whole letting go of people, like, knowing when to let go of people
I think that's hard.
it is hard. And it takes learning, trial and error for sure. And obviously, letting the wrong people in is also something we can't
Oh
control.
man, the vetting process. I think if anything, having this person, basically, I know it sounds like it hit me in such a, but literally I felt like the rug was pulled from underneath me. I
Yeah.
didn't see it coming,
Well,
and
I mean, I think in that situation, he was letting go of you. So you did have the rug pulled under you, you know?
yeah, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
You didn't have a choice in the matter, so that's why it hurt. And I can understand that because I've had that happen to me too, where I wasn't ready to let someone go. I think my definition of like friendship is family,
Interesting.
whereas that's why I'm selective because
Yeah.
if I consider you a friend, like
Yeah.
if I ever said that you're my friend, then you're just the same to me as my family. Because I believe that we get to choose our family. I don't think we're born into family. We have a mom, we have a dad, but they're not necessarily family if we don't want
That's
them to
interesting.
be.
I like that concept.
Whereas
Okay.
the idea, it's kind of like the idea you say tribe.
Yeah.
My word is family. So it's like for me, it's like I have certain people in my life that I consider family. I have my kids, my wife, all that kind of stuff. But it's like for me, it's like you're on that level of I will do things for you and all that kind of stuff. And
Okay. I like
like
that.
so that for me that's where so when I get betrayed or when I lose someone, it is like losing family. You know?
Okay. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have these big shoes to fill
No,
cuz
it's not. Well, that's the other thing too. It's because like it also depends, right? Like, if you and me we like broke up or separated our relationship, something happened, and it was just. I think I've learned to kind of forgive people and just move on with my life because I think forgiveness is really important. A lot of people don't know how to forgive,
what
and
is forgiveness to you?
forgiveness is for yourself, not the other person.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, you don't have to say sorry to someone, but to forgive them is to relinquish power that they have over you,
Agreed. No, I agree.
right?
But if we're going to talk about relationships, now we're getting into power dynamics. So
Yeah,
I would tell you that forgiveness is multiple things. I don't think it's just one thing. I understand your concept and I
yeah,
do agree with you. There's some things that I've had to learn to forgive people for and just
hmm
move on with my life because now I feel like you're taking up rent free space
in your head, yeah,
and I can't have that. Like, do you know what I mean? There's only so
exactly,
much
yeah,
space and there's only so much time I have
yeah, and
as me
stress
right
and all
now.
that kind of stuff, yeah,
Right. And you throw in the day to day rigors of like work, kids, this and that.
yep,
No, I'm sorry. I can't allow you to take up a little space that is meant for me, for you. Sorry, that's not going to happen.
yeah,
I think forgiveness, so I think forgiveness and closure are intertwined with each other a lot.
yeah, but a lot of people get them mixed up,
I
and
agree.
that's the
So
problem.
that's what I mean by
They're
forgiveness.
intertwined, but they're not the same thing.
Also agree with you. They're not the same thing.
Yeah,
So maybe I think you're onto something in terms of your definition of forgiveness. I do think a lot of people do not know how to walk away with having closure in the way that they want it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we don't know how to manage our expectations. But I do
Hmm.
like what you said about friends. You consider your friends basically your family. I also really like that you said that family doesn't naturally just because you're my parents or just because you're my siblings
Yep.
automatically makes you family. So for me, I like your definition of it. I guess for me, my family 100% is who I'm directly related to. So, like siblings, parents,
Yeah.
grandparents, cousins, stuff like that. I guess when I use the word tribe, that is what I mean. Like a chosen family, like people
Yeah.
that I choose to bring in close. Now, if we're talking about friends, see, this is where I have a hierarchy. I don't know if it sounds crazy,
Hmm.
but I have party friends. I've got
Hmm.
just regular acquaintances. I've
Yeah.
got just work friends that won't know
For
anything
me,
personal.
all of that stuff is like I don't consider any of that friendship.
Ooh, saucy. I like this.
So for me, it's just yeah. You just for me, it's just either friendship, which is
Okay.
family, or acquaintances.
Damn, you just
That's it.
straight cut and dry, black and white.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what it is.
I think maybe. Well, I guess surprisingly, I'm probably a little bit more tight knit with the people I let in as my family, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there are people that I hang out with, there are people that I'll see here and there and all that kind of stuff, but it's like I wouldn't like. I think it's because I'm a ride or die. Like I'm a ride or die
I
person.
was, bro. We're cheering. No, give me your glass. We have to cheers to that. You fucking are a ride or die. You're the best bitch I've ever had. I love you though.
So it's like for me, for you to be considered that
Bro, you better
level.
drink that.
Oh right,
We
right.
just
Sorry.
cheers. Whoa.
I forgot tradition. Sorry, but yeah. So for me, it's like for me to become someone's ride or die, you really have to be on that level. So that's why for me, it's just you're either an acquaintance or someone I know
I feel
or
so put on
family.
a pedestal right now. I don't think you understand. I want you to know I love you long time.
Okay, thanks. Me too. Me
So
too.
I guess because I have friends in different like rankings.
Hmm.
You know when we say, believe people when they show you who you are.
Yeah, yeah.
So because I recognize that there's certain people that I can only trust with certain things or to a certain extent,
Hmm.
or maybe you're just someone I can only do particular activities with, or
Yeah.
so I don't know. Because I do my best to be a very welcoming individual.
Hmm.
I try to love you where you're at,
Yeah.
so to speak. So
Yeah.
if there's somebody that is just okay, you're good to go hang out, have a couple drinks with, and have a good time with, dope. But maybe you're not the person I'm gonna have in depth conversations.
Yeah.
Take for
Exactly.
instance how you and I met.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot in common.
Yeah. We don't.
Our personalities are can you can say that there's overlap in similarities, but for the most part we're very different from each other. But the minute that we met, we both just intrusively got into each other's lives, and
We just clicked. It
yeah,
was like
we
an
were gabbing
easy.
like girlfriends.
It
Like
was easy, right? Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter how much time or space there is between you and I, who you are and the place that you hold in my life, no one will ever take that from you.
Yeah.
The only person that can destroy that is you.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
there's other people that I don't love them the way that I love you. So it's
Hmm.
just they'll never hold a candle to you, and not you specifically,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're just not there. And who knows
Yeah.
if they'll ever get there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But
Maybe I'm
sometimes,
just
yeah. Some again, like you said, you gotta believe people to let them show you who they are, right? Like sometimes you do have people that just want to party and maybe they just see you that way too, right?
I don't know.
So if
I
that's how
do
you see,
believe some people are here for a season and some
that too, yeah,
people are here forever. Like I don't know. And it's difficult. The You were talking about not letting the wrong people in. The vetting process can be extremely tedious cuz
yeah,
I was having this conversation with someone.
hmm,
The difference between personality and character.
yeah,
The reason that I care for you and I have the adoration that I have for you, what I love about you the most, forget your personality, it's amazing,
hmm,
but your character, who you are at your core, what you stand for. You just said you were ride or die. I know that. So there's never no weird
yeah.
animosity or what hurt
But I
feelings.
never actually. I realized I'm a ride or die more recently.
Really? Bro, how did you not recognize that you were not or were a ride or die before? Look at it from my point of view.
Yeah,
We met, we clicked, and then out of nowhere, within our same little universe that we lived in, which
yeah,
was CTC, you found the girl of your supposed dreams,
hmm,
and here we are how many years later?
yeah, 10.
Bro, you're definitely a ride or die.
Yeah. But I mean, like more so, it's like the things I'll do for you, right? It's
Yeah.
like I've done like the people again that I consider like really family. It's like
Mm.
above and beyond. I didn't actually know that about myself, that I'm like that. Plus, man, the overthinking, holy shit.
Oh, you're definitely an overthinker. Honestly, the amount of time that you spend on overthinking is exhausting to me.
Yeah,
I'm not even in your
I'm
head.
exhausted.
Oh yeah, I don't know how you
You know,
keep up.
when I have friends that like go through hard shit
Yeah,
and like they're hurting,
I feel like you shoulder that.
I shoulder it a lot. It's not even
Yeah.
that I shoulder it, it's I go through every scenario in my head of like not just like what they're going through. Like I think I'm like I don't know, like an empathetic or whatever. I think empathy is the right word, but
Yeah.
just like a hyper empathetic
You're
person
an
where it's,
empath. Yeah. You feel
yeah,
for people. You actually
it's like,
you
oh my
run through
god,
the
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 scenarios over and over.
the
Like
roller
when,
coaster of emotions with
like
them.
speaking of like friendships and
Yeah.
stuff, right? So it's like recently between two people, there was like a huge falling out between the two, and it's hard to watch your friends kind of fight and stuff like that, right? So it's like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm the person that sits there with popcorn. I'm rooting for the both of them, but I'll sit there with popcorn. Maybe I just like a little drama in my
no, but
life.
like you hear about it afterwards,
Yeah.
right? And then you're just like, man, I can't believe this person said this to this. And then I think about how that person felt, and I'm like, oh shit. And it's like, what's she gonna do? Like, you know, like all these kind of scenarios just play out through your head, and just, yeah, you just feel for people, man. It's just really sad. But
Do you ever feel the need that you want to mediate?
I would love to mediate, because I think if because the thing is, a lot of things happen obviously outside your and other people have different relationships, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could be between them or between the two people and help them out,
Mm-hmm.
I think, because I think, like, you know, when you're emotional, you just say things you don't mean, or you say things that are a little bit meaner than what you intend.
I don't think meaner. I think exactly. You know how you're saying that you're empathetic through what people are going through.
Yeah.
I think some people, when they get too highly emotional, that empathetic part of them sort of gets not shut down, but it
Yeah.
gets like tunnel vision. Like
Yeah.
you're only feeling what you're feeling towards yourself, and it's like you forget the person across from you or whoever it is that you're having a disagreement with
Yeah.
is a person too, and
Yeah. Well, I
they've
mean,
got their own feelings.
we're all the center of our own stories. So,
Protagonist syndrome. It is everywhere. It is alive and abundant. It is so infuriating.
no, but that's life.
I get that it's life, but you have to be, I think you also have to take on some accountability and be a
Oh
little
yeah.
aware of what's happening around you. Bro, take you for instance, you have kids.
Yeah.
It's not about you anymore. Isn't that what people say, parents say all the time?
Nope.
It's not
I
about
don't
me.
believe that. It's about me.
You think it's about you?
Yeah. I mean, okay. I have a very different take on parenting. For me,
Okay.
it's for me, and I think this is what's worked for us. But
Okay.
for me, parenting is not just now I relinquish all my duties in my life and everything for my
Okay.
kids. It's still me and Jess.
I like that
It's
though.
me and Jess first, and I take care of my happiness and I take care of our happiness as a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and then my kids come after. Now, when it comes to necessities like eating, drinking, like food and changing diapers and them being clean, that takes priority.
Right.
But those are superficial and, like, you know, things that you do,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But when it comes to like my happiness comes before my daughter's. Absolutely.
I like that. We're gonna have to talk about that more one day. But yeah, I think in terms of like this disagreement and you wanting to mediate, I think
Yeah.
what it boils down to at the end of the day, and we discuss this a lot. I honestly feel like our school system here doesn't emphasize on it enough, if at all.
Yeah.
We don't promote enough. I feel like we don't promote enough critical thinking at a young age, and thusly so we also don't promote and we do not strive to teach effective communication. Communicating is one thing. That's great that you're giving me this syllabus and you're teaching me to read and you're teaching me all these words,
Yeah.
but effective communication is on a whole other level.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people are just they're not actually listening to you. They're actually just listening to you to respond, not to understand. You know?
That's my biggest issue with a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
Don't
So
get me wrong.
how do you kind of, it's like, I don't know, how do you turn a situation from someone, because a lot of people get defensive, right? And that's where the
The animosity
lack
builds,
of
yeah.
lack of understanding comes from, right? They're just like, you say something and then they're like, oh yeah, and then they say something to rebut that instead of kind of taking it in and being like, okay, she said this, why did she say this, you know?
For myself,
Yeah.
I have to, don't get me wrong, I get emotional just like any other person. Like
Yeah.
I'm also I'm a female, so we always argue that females are extremely emotional creatures.
Mhm.
I do allow my emotions to get away on me just like any other normal individual. I have to catch myself though. Like, this is where I try to hold myself accountable. I try to remind myself that I have to come in peace. And I've gotten to a point now, I'll even tell people, hey, I'm coming in peace, olive
Mhm.
branch, white flag. I don't mean this. This might like
Yeah, I get misunderstood a lot
be
too,
too
like that.
much. Yeah. So now I put a disclaimer in front of it. I know it
Mhm.
sucks and it's
Yeah, I
almost
hate
like an
having to do
extra
that too.
step. And I
Yeah.
sometimes I do hate having to do it, but I won't lie to you. The response that I get in return versus when I don't is
It's completely
so
different.
different. So
You know what? It's like for me, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a dude, but it's like when I like say I say something,
yeah.
I don't have any malicious intent, and then but it'll be taken in a wrong way,
Yeah, but you
right?
do recognize it's how they're perceiving what
Right,
you're
right, right,
saying, right?
exactly, right. And then so someone else will say the exact same thing
Yeah.
that I just said,
Different words maybe.
exact same thing,
Exact same thing.
same words,
Okay.
but it'll be perceived and taken into like a better light just because it
A
comes from
different
someone.
context. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one, it's probably the person they're hearing the message from.
Yeah. Well, I so for me, those kind of people,
Yeah.
I've recognized them now. And I tend not to it's not that I don't speak to them, I tend not to give them my opinion anymore. Because they're not people that want to hear my opinion,
It's kind of
right?
like the base. Read the room. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
now you're reading people. When
Yeah.
I said understand, meet people where they're at. If
Well, and
this
that
is who
comes
they
with
are.
age. That comes with
Ooh, yes,
that
it
comes with
does.
learning and experience.
A
Like
hundred
I
percent.
cannot teach you on this podcast how to do that cuz it's just like you want to talk to people that want to hear you, right? You don't want to talk to people that don't want to listen. If someone doesn't want to listen, don't talk,
You know what? Maybe
right?
it is the rebelliousness in me that has staved me through my survival all this time. There's still a part of me that if people don't want to hear my opinion, it's it's a little narcissistic. Don't get me wrong. I dissect this a lot
Yeah.
of not having the last word, but I'm still going to say my piece because I'm still an individual
Yep.
and I'm not going to shut myself down just
To make
because
you comfortable.
yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at
Hmm.
right now, and I won't lie to you, it's been liberating. I spent a lot of time, I guess, repressing certain emotions and thusly so
Hmm.
certain words that I would usually use or how I would communicate to make other people comfortable. And yeah, I'm sort of past that right now. But I do agree with you. At some point, it's like you don't want to go into too many extremes. So at some point, I'm going to have to pull back and also read the room.
Yeah.
But I also don't put myself in rooms where it's just like, much like you're saying, these people, you don't give them your opinion. But
Because they don't
now
want it. So
I'm a
I'm like,
little antisocial these days. So I kind of just, there's no rooms for me to go into to be
yeah,
like, drop this bomb and like
yeah,
deuces. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like obviously, like I'm an introvert, so I don't really put myself in those situations where I'm around a lot of people. But Jessica's the opposite, right? Where she forces me to be around other people.
I love that for you though.
Yeah, no, I love it for me too, but it's like so in those situations, and I am very, I would say strongly opinionated probably,
Yeah, but I like that
but
about you. You're
but I
talkative.
but I don't have, but I've never had a this is right and this is wrong mentality. I've always been a gray area person,
You're very open minded.
right? I've always been a gray area person, but it's like the problem is some people get stuck in the white or some people get stuck in the black,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
I'm always the type of person to just kind of pull them back and into the gray or see the middle at least if they can't
I
see
don't
the other
necessarily
side,
think
you
it's
know?
seeing the middle. I think you can pull yourself out and you can see big picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the protagonist syndrome. Like you only see your lane and you're
Hmm.
not worried about your blind spots and other
Hmm.
cars being on the road, so to speak. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that you're looking at the bigger picture. I don't think there's anything wrong
Yeah.
necessarily with the way that you are. We've had some really exciting conversations because I love how your mind works. Like you're kind of outside of the box in terms of thinking sometimes, or at least outside of the status
Well, I
quo.
always try and look at like if you tell me something or
Yeah.
you need advice and I always try and look outside or look for not really a solution. I'm never really looking for a solution, but I'm always trying to look for a different perspective,
You definitely
right?
do give me a different perspective.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people seek you out for that on purpose.
Yeah. I've had people seek me out for it's like, "Hey, I'm stuck on this." It's like
Listen,
especially a lot of like I've had a lot of cousins now and like family like sorry, not like friends family, but like
yeah.
family family.
Yeah.
come to me, and it's like when they're starting a business or they're starting this or they're doing something, they're like, hey, can you just shoot holes in my idea, or like, do that. And I've been really good at that
Your
for them.
springboard. I think that's
Yeah.
amazing. I'm sorry. Do we not remember CTC gabbing in the middle of an aisle?
Yeah.
Customers all around us, still helping them, but sometimes we talked about some really difficult shit when we were at work, and
Yeah.
there was no other place. You were a great person to come to all the time. You are extremely open, and you were never judgmental. At least for me. For me, my experience with you is you were always really open.
Okay,
And
listen, enough flattering, okay?
oh
It's
my
like we're
bad.
supposed to be
So
talking about lost
friendships.
friends.
So lost friends. Effective communication, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think is key, and I think this is where people
I think
lose
it's the number one reason we lose friends. It's
effective
communication,
communication. Yes. And it's
misunderstandings and
hard.
stuff.
Who decides who effectively communicates better than others? Now we're getting into measurements of stuff, and that gets really dangerous because a lot of people, they don't want to hear that you're only at 40% out of 100, or you're only at 60, or like, all of us, again, back to protagonist syndrome. We want to think that we're the best at whatever it is that we do. Well, again, unrealistic expectations and managing those. But I do think friendships, a lot of them do die because of ineffective communication. There was something that you said that I just lost, misunderstandings. And then another thing, and I know this because the pieces of me that are petty as fuck is sitting around waiting for an apology. And to be honest with you, even not too long ago, very recently, like within this year recently, I had that ideology of waiting for an apology spat in my face so hard that I feel stupid right now. I can openly say that I feel stupid. I had somebody reach out because they wanted to reconnect again, and it honestly did come from a very genuine place. The message that I read and what I interpreted, like, that was effective communicating.
Yeah.
I in turn then responded with what I thought was effective communication, like, hey, you want to try to open up this dialogue and be friends again? Great. However, again, setting boundaries, what I need for me is I would like to discuss the initial situation that
Led us to this.
yeah, that led
situation.
us here.
Yeah.
And I just, not because I want to hash old emotions out. I honestly just wanted to understand because
Yeah.
I felt like with this friendship I'm speaking about in particular, although I understand the basic principles of the emotions and all the pieces and the parts, I didn't know how they all melded together and how we got here. Like, that part to me was still lost. Like, I can be such a loudmouth and I could talk somebody's ear off and I will listen to you till the day is long. But I don't know, there was just a part that was missing. Something didn't click for me for the situation. And again, I thought I was effectively communicating and I was like, hey, can we have this discussion in order for us to move forward? Well, lo and behold, the response I got was, this may be the reason why I felt highly emotional at that time, but to be honest, I don't really remember what the initial hurt was for us to separate. Now I was at a roadblock for myself. I don't know about for them,
Yeah.
but for me at my end, I went through a whole roller coaster of emotions where I was confused, then I was furious, then I was sad all over again. And now I'm just like, I had to make a decision. How much energy do I really want to put into this? Like, how much rent-free space am I willing to give this situation? And to be honest, for myself, that separation hurt me in a way that I didn't expect. So I was left very confused. And the history within this friendship is it's almost been like a yo-yo. There's hurt, we pull back, we're cool again. And I don't mind that. Any relationship, you're going to have your ups and downs.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the impact I had on this person. I didn't like knowing that I'd caused this person pain. I cared about this person so much that I had to make a decision, and I don't want to possibly put us both in a situation where I'm going to hurt this person again. I don't like how I felt. I don't like how they made me feel. I didn't like what I did to them, essentially, how it reflected on me as well. I have to hold myself accountable. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, and I made the tough decision and just telling them, hey, I don't think it's a good idea we be friends again, and I think we just need to leave things where they are. But now I'm talking 2 weeks later, I'm looking at my Instagram and I got a message and a comment, and it's a video and something that I would normally laugh and joke around with them about. I opened it and I kind of just left it on red because I don't know how to respond, because in my mind,
We're not friends anymore.
we're not friends anymore. I thought I had set a boundary there.
Yeah.
So now I just don't know what to do, and I'm stuck between this rock and this hard place because I thought we effectively communicated. But I won't lie to you, like, the little drop of that video and the funny comment underneath, the
You all the memories came
yeah,
back and
like the
the
jokester in
dopamine
me,
and
yeah,
yeah.
all that stuff, all the chemical
Yeah, yeah.
reactions, who I am as a person. Like, I wanted to
I
engage
understand
and
you.
play with my friend again, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I want to open myself up to that. But
Mhm. That potential hurt.
right, and now I just
I
feel
mean,
so
because
silly.
it's I mean, again, another thing was patterns too, right?
Like,
It's like if you know they've hurt you in the past, and if they've hurt you multiple times in the
yeah,
same way, it's like they're gonna do it
yeah, and that's the
because
thing.
it's a
I'm
pattern.
not gonna lie. I don't want this to look like a battered wife syndrome situation.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, we've equally hurt each other, but I don't know, maybe this is just me wanting to take on the blame and wanting people to feel sorry for me, but it's not that. But I also am a little concerned that maybe I've hurt this person a little too much and I don't
Yeah.
want to put them in harm's way again. So I
Yeah.
release you with love. Like, I don't know what else
It's
to do.
understandable. Yeah.
But I am laughing at myself at the fact that I literally waited around these last couple of years expecting an apology,
Hmm.
and for their response to be like, I don't really remember what transpired for us to get here. I was insulted. I won't lie to you, bro. I was insulted
Well,
as
I mean,
fuck.
again, it's we all live in our own worlds.
I agree. I agree.
He
And,
can never feel what you're feeling. You can only feel it, right?
right. And I
Which
thought
is
me
why,
expressing it would have been like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I just want you to understand where I'm coming from
yeah,
and
yeah,
why I need to have this conversation. And then you felt like I did feel at the time like it was a dismissal of like my emotions, but when I recognize, okay, we can't have a discussion about this. We're both just supposed to move on.
mm-hmm.
You and I have had issues and we've moved on from it.
Yeah,
I just didn't think this was a situation where, not that I wouldn't be able to move on, I didn't want to move on and us end up in the same place. So my
yeah,
concern was if we don't talk about this and sort of hash out
yeah.
the
It seemed like you guys were toxic with each other or for
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
So
So recognizing that, I'm
just
like, bro,
makes
I don't want
sense.
to
Yeah.
do this again.
No,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
kick
Well,
rocks.
understand. Well, it's not even about kicking rocks, right? It's understanding that you and this person have a toxic relationship, and that's commendable.
I
And
couldn't believe though that I actually propagated this relationship over the course of all these years,
yeah,
and it had never
mm-hmm.
dawned on me that we were actually toxic for each other because again, we weren't in a romantic
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
It was just platonic. So I don't know why it took me so long to open up my eyes and recognize like,
Sometimes we like laying in the hurt,
oh,
you know.
ooh,
So
that's
it's
powerful. And ooh, that hurts me. You want to know where it hurts me? It hurts me right here.
oh,
You know
sorry.
what? Fuck you. But I get it.
Sorry.
I get it. Ooh, I don't want to lay in my own
Some
filth.
sometimes no, it's not even that. It's just sometimes some years we go through certain things and we want to feel something, and sometimes hurt is what we want to feel,
You know what? This
and
was
it's all
happening
subconscious, right?
during a time where I had separated from my marriage. So I think
Yeah.
maybe you're right. Maybe there's something to what you're just saying. Maybe I was in a place of like pain
And
and
well, it's not even. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You were in a place of pain,
and I
but
just
you
wanted to like
wanted to hurt.
stew in it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. 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 I feel
Listen.
like you just took off a band-aid I wasn't ready for.
Sorry.
Ouch. I don't know. Where do we go from here? But in good news though, although I've lost these friendships, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it now, obviously, hindsight. Now I'm just in a space where now there's room for new friends. You know, everyone's
Yeah.
always saying no new friends, but we've got room for new friends.
Yeah.
And I've made some interesting connections, I'll say.
That's good. I mean, I think everyone has room for new friends. There are people that have too many friends, for sure.
Do you think that's possible to have too many friends?
Yes, absolutely. I think everyone should only really have.
Five people.
Right,
You
right.
think
5.
that you only need five people?
Okay, listen.
Explain to me
You
this breakdown. I need to know.
Okay, you need if you have 5 people in your life, okay,
Okay, I'm listening.
and
Five.
just 5,
Five. Give me these
and
five.
these 5 people are your ride and die. Okay,
Okay, you know what?
literally, you can topple governments.
You think you can
Topple
topple
government.
governments with five people
Yes.
in your corner.
Oh yeah,
So with you it would make six. So like a team of six.
yeah.
Okay, describe to me these five components of these friends. I'm
Just
assuming
5 people. It's not like there's no like there isn't one person that's like this or one person that's that. You don't need more than 5 friends. If you have more than 5 friends, I don't want to say there's something wrong with you, but what I'm saying is, think of it like this.
Okay.
Say each person takes a piece of your heart, right? How many pieces of your heart do you want out there?
That's so fucking deep.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm drunk enough for this level of deepness.
We're not even drinking, guys. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's just grape juice.
It's like the fewer friends you have and the
Yeah.
closer they are. Like I don't think like below 3 is a little low, but like 3 to 5 is like a really good amount. And I'm talking about like sisterhood, brotherhood type of level of friends, right?
Oh,
Where
you mean close friends? Okay.
like
Okay.
really,
Okay.
really
Okay.
close
Okay.
friends, but just 5 friends. That's all you need. And then it's like, yeah, if you think about like your heart, how many pieces of your heart do you want? I think five is a good amount to just break and give
Okay. This
away.
is
You know?
gonna sound really fucked up,
Yeah,
or maybe I'm just a heartless individual.
yeah. How many friends do you think you should have?
So we're talking ride or die types?
Yeah, yeah, like close friends.
Bro, I don't think I have 5. Wait,
That's fine.
does it count if they're related to me?
No.
Then less than 5. Wait, it doesn't count
No,
if
no,
they're
no,
related
it
to me?
does count. Yeah, yeah, they can be related to you.
They can be
You
related.
can have like really good friends with cousins or
Okay,
stuff
so
like that. Yeah, that all counts.
I have a cousin,
Yeah.
a guy friend that I've had since I was like 16,
Mm-hmm.
fatty,
Mm-hmm.
and then like these 2 empty spots,
There you go. You have more room for
they
friends.
did belong to people,
Yeah.
but these are people that I've lost.
Yeah, and that's why it hurts because they're your 5.
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
know?
No, I could tell you why it hurts. Like, there are people that I felt deeply rooted with and connected with.
Yeah.
But, okay, forget the 5 for a second. The level outside of that, there's so many people.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's okay. Like again, for me, it's like cause I hold friendship to such a high standard.
Yeah.
For me, it's like 5's enough.
I
I
feel
can
like
take
a
over the
dirty
world.
slut in comparison
Dude,
to you.
I can take over the world with 5 people. Give me 5 people that'll have my back no matter what.
Wait, I have a crazy question for you. Am I part of this 5 ho? It's okay if I'm
no.
not. No. Ooh. Ooh, I'm salty. Salty.
It's just we've had like you and me,
Mm-hmm.
we are on a level like I would consider you family, like friend.
Yeah.
You're on that level, but not my top 5. Not my like core ride or
I'm
die.
not part of the starting lineup.
Not the starting
No,
lineup.
I should be offended, bro. I would do whatever for you. That's
Listen,
okay,
you
I
just
heard.
started naming people. I wasn't a part of your little. Okay, don't even give me that shit. Okay. Anyways, but no.
Because you said 5 people. So, like, if I have to put 5 people that are like ride or die,
Yeah.
like I would. When you say ride or die, I think about people that.
Again, time does play a factor.
See,
into
for
it,
me,
right?
it's not necessarily. It does have to do with time, but the 2 people that I mentioned that you were not a part of, by the way, these are people that were just there at very impactful moments of my life. That doesn't mean that they were there for a long time, but they were people that have ridden particular waves with me through particular very choppy oceans within my life, and that's the reason why they're there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take away, this is what I mean, even though I'm salty about it, it doesn't take away, let's say, from the friendship I have with you, with other people that I'm close to.
Yeah.
But keeping in that, if we're talking about 5 people, cool. But I also have people, to me, this is why I wanted to differentiate the difference of like different levels of friends.
Yeah.
So I have friends to me are like family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if that was the case,
Yeah, those are your 5. That are like.
then the ones that I mentioned,
Yeah.
then I have more than 5. If that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
See, I don't consider them friends because they're my family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But that's what that's what I'm like, yo, give me those 5 people,
Yeah.
right? I can take over the world. Yo, if me and those 5 people went to war and we were a platoon,
Yeah.
we'd kill it.
Ooh, but now we're getting into some serious shit. Like, we're talking a Halo platoon?
I don't know. I've never played Halo.
You've never played Halo?
No. I never had Xbox. I was never an Xbox.
Even I have played Halo.
Yeah. Never had an Xbox in my life.
Bruh.
Listen, I'm a PlayStation.
No, that's cool.
Actually, I'm a Nintendo guy.
I'm a Nintendo girl, so, like, I'm not hating on you, but even I've played Halo. Like, okay,
I know of Halo.
if we're talking about a platoon, bro, now you're fucking up my entire ideology of friendship. I'm gonna go home tonight and just sit on the edge of my bed and like think about my whole life after this conversation. You've just totally blown up the concepts that I've had. This is why we talk. No, if we're talking about, this is why I hate doing top 5. So
No. Look, you don't have to make a list. It's just
No, now I wanna make a
question.
list.
The question
I'm
was.
gonna have to go home and take stock of all
No.
this.
Okay, you do that. But what I'm saying is, the question was, how many friends do you actually need? Right? It's like you really only need 5
You
core
think
friends.
5? Fuck no. I would
You can
tell
have you can have more. It's absolutely fine. You can have less. That's fine too. But
I know, but now we threw in the idea of a platoon, and if I'm going to war, fuck no, bro. I'm gonna be meticulous about who I bring on my platoon.
Yeah, there's people on my roster that could not shoot anything for shit,
I'm
and
not. No. Everyone has different
yeah,
skills.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm not hating
But they got that radio,
on my
on that radio
delicate
they call
flowers.
the airstrike. We're good to go.
I'm not gonna hate on my delicate flowers. Okay, this is what I had to ask. If we're talking like Halo platoon, I got you. I have different people for that.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about my starting lineup, like
Yeah.
to my all-star game, that's a different story altogether. That's not the same.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Then I would tell you that I have two different sets of groups. It would just depend on what we're going up against. Taking over the world, my platoon, okay.
Yeah.
Taking over the business world, maybe my starting lineup for my all-star team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and make this list. I'm going to shoot you this list when I'm done.
All
And
right,
we're
you
going
do
to
that.
talk about this.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm not on your list. That's okay, though. I'm not hurt.
Yeah. You know what? Since you have two lists, you're on my platoon list.
Don't kill. I'll fuck up anybody.
Yep.
Point me in the right direction. Okay, well, room for new friends. What about you? New friends?
Oh yeah, I always got room for new friends. But I'm very selective on I think the problem I had with friends and the reason why I lost a lot of friends and stuff like that was because okay, so what I never did was watch people and their behavior. Like the whole ideology of allow people to show you who they are,
Yeah, I pay attention
right?
to that a
So
lot.
I never did.
Okay.
So I was very blind to that. If you were close to me, if we talked a lot, if you this, if you that, like basically I was very not really I was very selfish and it was all about my interaction with you. And I wouldn't really watch people interact with other people or stuff like that, right? Or even things like that. So it's for me it was I let people that's how I let bad people in, you know? It's I have friendships that are just people that hurt me or I allowed. So now because I watch people more
Okay.
and I'm a little bit more careful and I see people's behaviors and I'm a little bit more analytical about who I let into my life. I mean, especially because I have kids now too. So it's that's important too. I don't want.
Well, you have other people to protect now. It's not just about who you allow
Right.
into your life.
Yeah.
They're subsequently going to be in some shape, form, or fashion into your kids' lives or your family's
Exactly.
lives. So
Yeah.
that's going to be different. Well, okay. I would only. It's not to play devil's advocate. I have someone in particular in mind who shall remain nameless.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's interaction with the general population may be slightly different in their own interaction with you.
Oh yeah.
So, but do you see what I mean? Do you know how you were saying earlier that you just try to be in the moment, you're just with that person? What if that person is just there, that genuine of themselves with you, and
But
they're
that's
not
why
necessarily
it's
with
a
others?
mask. When they're with you, there's a mask, right? Because they're their
You
best
think-
self for you. And they're matching your energy. But the thing is, it's they could you can be with a narcissist and be one on one with them, and they could not be a narcissist to you, but
fair.
they can be an actual narcissist to everyone else, and then eventually that narcissism is gonna come out towards you, right?
No. Okay, and that
And that's when you get hurt.
okay. I
Right.
guess I maybe am using it in the context of I'm gonna use myself as an example here,
Okay.
and this is very true. Anyone that tries to argue this with me, they clearly are lying. I feel like I don't always make the best first impression to people. My personality is big. I can be very loud. I can be very. Some people take me as confrontational, which most of the time, until you get to know me, I'm very much. I come in peace. I'm just here to enjoy myself and enjoy you, and
Yeah.
we're here in the moment, right? So based on that, let's just say you invite me somewhere, me and you are really good with each other, but I may not make the best first impression on other people. And they may come up to you later on and be like, oh, your friend, Lindsay, I'm not sure about her. And to be honest, I'm saying this to you because I've actually had this happen.
With other people.
Of course. And whether my friends defend me or not, that's not for me to know, because if you are my friend, I don't have to worry about that. Whatever happens behind my back, I got to make sure that if you're my, like you said, ride or die, you got me. And if you don't, then I guess you don't, and I don't know because you don't tell me, and no harm, no foul, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah.
But what would you say then? Because me personally, I know I can have narcissistic moments and I can have narcissistic traits, but me personally, I don't think I'm a narcissist. I've never outright been called a narcissist either, but I do know that there are some people that could care less for me and my personality, and we'll have a mutual friend, and they only put up with me because we have that mutual friend. I don't think necessarily that makes me or them a bad person. Because sometimes there's people that I meet.
Yeah, you just don't mesh with people.
Yeah,
It's
they're
fine.
just you're not my type of people. Like,
Yeah, that's not unhealthy.
no, I think that's pretty goddamn healthy. You're not gonna like
Yeah,
everyone. Not everyone's
right.
gonna
Not
like
everyone's
you.
gonna like you either, right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
lose any sleep over it. In fact, I relish in it because it means I don't have to worry about your
Yeah.
feelings, and I
Hey,
can just say whatever I
I
want
mean,
to
it's nice
say.
to know you live rent free in someone else's head, I guess.
Do you? I don't know if I live rent free in somebody else's head.
Wasn't that why you're saying you relish in it?
No, I relish in the fact that, like, okay, we're friends. You bring me to a gathering where you have other
Mm-hmm.
friends that are yours.
Yeah.
Who I am, instinctually, I will want to make as good of an impression, not for myself
But
so
for me.
much, but for you because
Yeah.
to some degree I'm an extension of who you are as a person.
Yes.
So if that were to reflect poorly towards them, I would worry that it would reflect poorly on you. And I don't want that
Mm-hmm.
for you because
Yeah.
you're my friend.
Got it.
So when I recognize that people don't like me, I relish in the sense that the pressure's off. I don't have to worry about making.
Oh, you don't have to impress
Yeah, I
them. Blah
have no
blah
one to
blah.
impress. I
Okay.
don't have to go out of my way. I don't have to be extra nice to you because they're your friend and I'm meeting them for the first time.
Yeah.
I can just sit here and be myself.
Just hang out.
If I say something fucking morbid, you're either gonna
They're
laugh.
already expecting it, so it's whatever.
You think they're expecting
Well, if
it?
they don't like you already, they're probably already expecting
Oh,
it, so
that's fair.
right?
Like
So
if
you
they
don't.
don't
There's
like
nothing
me,
to.
there's no
nothing
way
to
up
worry
from
about.
here. If you have a
Okay, I get
predisposed
it now.
judgment,
Yeah.
then it is easy breezy for me. I can just sit here and sip my grape juice and
Well,
have
you
a
know
good
what?
time.
I agree too. It's like in those. I guess I do like it when I don't have to impress people, or like I'm in a situation. Like I mean, I'll take Jessica's family, for example.
Ooh,
In the
saucy.
beginning,
I want all this tea.
no,
Yes.
in the beginning,
Okay.
when we were first starting to date, you had to make a good impression.
Oh,
Blah blah
that's
blah.
exhausting.
Yeah, it is exhausting, right?
I think
But
that's part of the
now,
reason I don't get into relationships.
right, and then now it's like I'm just at a spot where it's like there are new boyfriends coming in, and I get to judge, and I get to be the one. Yo, I've been here for 10 years.
You're like, listen, I've put in my time.
Yeah,
You think
I'm
you're good
family
enough?
now.
I don't think you're good
Yeah,
enough. And guess
anyways.
what? They probably don't think you're good enough. Okay, you relish in the power.
So it's
Power.
it's just nice just having just chilling. It's just I'm just like I got nothing, no one to impress here. I'm good with everyone. Obviously, don't be an ass,
No,
right?
no, no, no,
But
no. Don't be an ass.
but
Again, you're still a
I have
reflection of
yeah I
who
have
brings
no
you.
I like that I don't have to impress anyone anymore, which is nice.
What you're telling me is your probationary period is over
Oh
and you
yeah,
passed with flying colors.
that happened the moment we had our first kid.
Bruh, I didn't even take that in. But to be honest with you, some people even don't get past it
Really?
even after that. What? I know, actually, within my own family, I know in-laws that do not like their in-law because it doesn't, kids or no kids, like, if they could replace them, they probably would. So, but you're good. You're
Uh-huh.
good.
No,
You
I
locked
love
it in.
yeah
You locked
I
it
love
in.
my family. I love Jessica's family,
Okay.
and it's like
Wait, have you guys
I'm
brought
okay.
them together?
Yeah.
And
They've been my mom's interacted with Jessica's mom and all
okay,
that kind of
that's
stuff.
dope.
So it's all good, and everyone likes each other, so there's no animosity anywhere. So it's good.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think everyone in Jessica's family is also like good with communication as well.
Okay.
So it's like if I've ever had a problem with anyone, it's easy to kind of just talk to them. I have personal relationships with all of them too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, you built it over
Over
time.
a course of time. This is where, with relationships, time matters, right?
Yeah,
Like, especially
exactly.
when it comes to something like that. I guess that is the advantage that platonic friendships have. You can
Yeah.
know someone for 5 years, you can know someone for a couple of months, and the impact on you can be so significant in its own way.
Yeah. Okay. So getting back onto point
Yeah, I know, we veered off.
about lost friendships. I think basically the key points that we've said to wrap it up
Mhm.
is you lose friendships because of communication, lack of communication, or miscommunication.
Mhm.
Um,
Waiting for an apology.
or yeah, waiting for an apology and all like. Well, that's already after the miscommunications have happened.
No,
Right.
you know what? There are people that I don't think it's a miscommunication. Sometimes I've seen some people that have disagreements.
Yeah.
And you know that whole ideology, we're going to have to agree to disagree?
Yeah. They
They
just
don't
never
have
have that.
that. No,
Okay.
some people have it and that's great, but other people, they walk away and nobody says anything, and like
Never walk
you
back.
don't apologize, or you don't necessarily, it's not that you have to apologize, you don't talk about it, so then like
Yeah.
this gap just grows, and then
Yeah.
months go by, months turn into years, and then
Yeah.
everyone has their own family and you don't even know why you stopped talking in the first place.
Yeah. You just said the second point, I guess, was disagreement.
Yeah.
That was that's another reason.
So disagreement, lack of communication, is money in there?
Behavior, I guess,
Behavior,
because
would
we've
that,
talked about
yeah,
toxic friendship, so
behavior, yeah.
behavior and stuff, and I guess something we didn't actually really talk about is just um your roads. Like your roads just
Oh,
diverging
that
into
you guys
different.
grow apart? Yeah,
Yeah,
holy shit. That is,
that's a big one. I think that's probably
you know what?
those are the happiest ones. I think.
You think those are the happiest
Yeah,
ones?
I think. Okay, let's just take you and
Mm,
me for example. I
yeah,
think our roads diverged. They just
100%.
looped back around a little bit, and
Yeah.
and we came back. So I think the way I don't think the way we separated was bad, but we diverged and we came back,
You
but
know what? The way we separated just kind of, I don't think
we just
we,
disappeared.
yeah, that's what I was going to
Just
say to you.
disappeared on each
I don't
other.
think it was intentional.
It
It was
wasn't, yeah.
just, shit just happened.
But like again, it wasn't like it's like, oh my god, I lost Lindsay, or you didn't even say like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I lost Shannon. It's just yeah, we just those are the happiest ones. Those are the easiest ones.
Yeah.
I think when your road someone moves away, or someone
But you
works somewhere
recognize that
else.
it needed the both of us to be like mature
Yeah,
about what the reality was in
yeah,
order to like reconverge again, right?
yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I don't think they're always happy though.
I mean, yeah, of course.
I don't think they're always
Yeah,
happy.
they're sad.
Some are sad and some are like, envy is such a weird thing. Someone that was a friend at first, then it became a relationship, then we separated, and we have, just much like me and you, our lives just took different paths. When we do speak though, something that I found very common in some of the conversations that we've had, when as we've reconnected
Hmm.
time and again over the years, it's almost like this sense of envy, and this person has even openly admitted like, yeah, I just sometimes I envy how things just easily work out for you. And the truth is, things haven't been that easy.
Yeah,
It might look that way,
yeah,
but I won't lie to you, because of the, again, I thought we separated on an amicable means, in the sense that lives just went in two different directions.
yeah. I think so too.
But now when we reconnect, sometimes I almost fear giving updates or like talking about my life or where I am at,
Hmm.
and I feel like I don't think it I my intention is so that it doesn't affect them or impact them negatively.
Yeah,
But in these conversations, this, I hear envy. I hear like, I kind of just hate how things work out for you. I hate that it seems like you don't have to put a lot of effort, or it's like you don't really have to plan and things
yeah.
just align. And I don't, what do you say to that? Like, I don't even know what to say to that, because to
I
me
don't know
that isn't
either.
my
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, yeah. Because they can't see your hurt and your word and like your work that you're putting
Yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah.
right?
And
So
don't get me wrong, me personally, I don't think everything has taken a lot of work. I also very much have the mindset of live and let live. If things don't work out, you know what?
yeah,
I don't believe in applying a lot of pressure to a lot of things, because you know how you say you overthink?
yeah,
I don't want to get into that
mm,
overthinking place and spend so much energy on something that I can't change.
yeah,
So I'm just a big believer and a big person that understands, and like, a lot of things are out of my control.
yeah.
So
Well, that's why I think for me, it's control and power are a really big deal for me, and I always try and have control and power for myself.
okay,
So it's like when I start overthinking about things that are out of my control,
yeah,
yeah, man, I lose so much sleep and just like I get hurt for no reason, right? Like I'm
yeah.
hurting,
You hurt yourself
I hurt myself, right?
because
And
you're
I
overthinking.
understand that I hurt
Yeah,
myself, right? So, and it's just, yeah, it's crazy to think about.
that is a crazy thing to think about. But
Yeah,
this is a really good thing that you're mentioning. I think that's what happens if I'm in fact correct. I could be
yeah,
wrong. Our friendship, for instance,
yeah,
I'm very much by the seat of my pants, wherever the wind blows me, in between the two of us, you are 100% an overthinker.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that every friend group has one or the other. I don't think two overthinkers usually
Yeah.
get together and form like these heavier bonds. And
Yeah.
I think that's what happens. I think that's why there are the disagreements or the,
Yeah.
people hurt themselves with their own thoughts and then they don't talk about
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, that's
And
why like they say opposites attract, right? You
yeah.
can't have two stubborn people, in the together in the same room, or two people that overthink, or even two
Oh
people
no,
two
homeboy.
people that never talk.
Yeah.
Nah, man, opposites attract for sure.
Okay, that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Is there a friendship that you have currently that is flourishing into more than what you expected it to?
Right now, no,
No?
no. I think recently I just haven't met anyone new.
Okay.
You know,
And is that because you're not out there
I'm
socializing
not out
or
there
okay.
socializing. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like actually last year I went on an experiment where I went down the alphabet and I started reconnecting with people. I got to L
Mhm.
last year. I don't know if you know.
Is that how we
Yeah.
started talking again?
Yeah.
No, but I get invited to everything. Like I will.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I
no.
don't know
We
if
still,
it's you
I still
or
invite you to everything,
or if
but
it's Jessica. Yes, I don't know which one of you it is, but I'm very thankful that
yeah,
you guys have always included me in everything. Now, whether I make it out or not is another
yeah,
story whatsoever.
yeah.
And much like yourself, is it something you started this year or last year?
I did it last year,
Okay.
and I just did it for the whole year, and it's just people that affected me in some way in my life.
It affected
Yeah,
you.
so it's like, yeah, you were a positive
Thank
effect on my
God.
life. But yeah, it's like no, anyone. So it's like anyone I talk, even like negatively too. There are people that like I went out of my way to apologize for things I did in high school, you know. And
You're out here making these
and
damn amends.
yeah, well, it's not even like things. It's just I thought of this person and
Yeah.
then I thought about my relationship with that person because they were someone that affected me, whether it was positive or negative. There's people that I reconnected. There's this girl I reconnected with
Mm-hmm.
that um that she bullied me and I thanked her for it.
You
Right?
what?
Right? No,
Bro,
no, no, no.
back this up.
I don't it's going to be a whole story. I don't want to get into it,
We're
but
talking about
we can
this.
talk about it after. But it's like, yeah, like she bullied me in like elementary school or whatever, and like I thanked her for it because it was like a switch or
Yeah.
like a behavioral change that I needed, and I think it
No, no,
affected
no.
me positively, right? And it wasn't like she bullied me all the time. It was just she was hard on me over something, and she kind of just put me in my place, kind of deal, and
She taught you a life lesson.
a life lesson. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so she wasn't a
And
bully. I thought this was somebody that was like
bullying
giving
me.
you wedgies and like
No, I don't think I've ever been bullied in my
make
life.
it. You've never been bullied.
I've never been bullied in my life. I'm so easily bullyable, but I've never
That's
been.
exactly what I was just. I didn't want to say because we need to edit this part out.
Yeah, no, it's
But
fine.
bro, I'm not even lying to you. Had we gone to school together,
Yeah,
I would have picked on you a little bit. But in all fairness, though, my part of my love language, if
Yeah.
we want to get super simplistic and basic about it, if I don't roast you,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Okay.
Do you know what the process you have to go through in order to point out an insecurity and make it into a joke, or to point out a physical attribute of someone
Yeah.
and make it a joke and say it to them knowing you're throwing it out in the air, knowing that it might land flat, or
Yeah.
knowing that this person may not laugh, or knowing that you may hit this person and trigger them and they might fucking hate you forever. And this is where misunderstandings happen. So
Yeah.
you are very easily bullyable. I used
Oh,
to
yeah,
bully
for
you
sure.
when we worked with
Yeah.
each other.
Everyone did, but
This is sadly
but
true.
but you were also the person that protected me too.
I'd fuck somebody up for you.
Yeah.
Tell me who to cut.
So that's why it's like I've always had that person where it's like there was someone that I had that everyone was scared of.
Do you think people were afraid
No,
of
no,
me?
no. They were afraid of your wrath if I was upset,
That's fair.
right? So
That's fair.
I don't mean they were afraid of you. I just mean like
My
I've
wrath
always
is
had
mighty.
I've always had that one. That's why I've never been bullied. It's just because like if anyone tried, I've always had that friend. It's like, oh shit, don't mess with him.
Okay,
You know?
no, I got you. I've always had friends throughout my life that I can make fun of them,
Yeah.
but if you fucking make fun of them, I'm coming
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I am coming for you.
Yeah. So I think that's why it's like I've always had a friend that made fun of me, or like,
I'm so glad
like
that I
we
was
we
that friend for
had that
you.
in all of high school. I had this, like, sorry, grade 9 and 10. I had a group of friends, and they would roast me all the time. But let someone else roast me,
Oh, it was
no,
on. Game on.
they
Yeah,
get
no, I got
messed
you.
up.
I got
So it's
you.
like I always had that group, and then after that I was kind of the shit. So
So I was the girl that bullied the bullies because I just didn't like the injustice.
yeah.
And I've always been the shortest one in the class.
Mm.
So my friends in elementary school, high school, where they've always been the misfits, the mismatched group of people that I've always been a part of. And yes, I do agree with you. I've always taken that mother hen sort of position where I could do whatever I want to them. But if you even look at my friend the wrong way,
Yeah.
I'm spitting in your drink.
Yeah.
As violent as that sounds. I chose violence today. But okay, that's cool. So no
But
new
yeah,
friends.
I got lucky in that way.
This
growing up.
experiment though, I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
However, I guess this isn't going to work for me. Do you know what I do almost every year?
Come on. What do
I
you do?
go through my phone book and through the contacts. If I don't remember who you are,
You delete people.
I start deleting names. So
Yeah.
I couldn't do that in my phone. Eventually, there's going to be no one in my phone because
Yeah.
even though I'm talking to you about making new friends and new connections and all that stuff, like I said earlier on, because I don't like forcing things,
Yeah.
it's not about necessarily matching energies, but someone could be putting energy into something and maybe I'm not so much. I do appreciate the effort. And if we have a bit of a bond, yeah, I'll want that to build, even if it takes a long time. I notice because I'm distrusting, it takes me a long time to form really close bonds.
Yeah.
It's been very far and few between, not rare, but it's far and few between when I just connect with someone instantaneously, like this situation here. So I erase people from my phone. I don't even think I have any bullies in my phone. And who would I reach out to? But
Yeah.
what I did promise myself at the beginning of this year is that I was going to be more social. This year hasn't
Oh,
gone.
you have been. I've seen you like 3 times already.
Has it been 3 times?
Yeah. Wait, what was when was
When we went to the event,
yeah?
my cannabis event,
And then you came to my birthday.
and then your birthday and now?
And now,
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
3 times,
That's fair.
yeah.
I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
You should be proud of me too,
I'm proud
because
of you
I
too.
hide.
Yeah.
But
So it's good.
this year I promised myself to be more social, and yeah, much like yourself, this is why I understood when this person reached out to me and they said I really value connections and I'm understanding that adult relationships are really difficult to manage and I would like to like reconnect with you. I was all for it. It's not that I wasn't,
Yeah.
but you don't even want to take the necessary steps. Cool, then we can't move on. So, but I'm open and I'm doing it this year and I'm doing better. I've made new friends. It's just, my goodness, making friends as adults is so
It's very hard.
complicated.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. No, but I'm glad because I've reconnected with people that I disappeared on, and I tend to disappear a lot,
Maybe that's why
especially
I
in high
love you,
school.
because we could just.
Reappear.
I have another friend. Aside from
It's my
you.
magic trick.
Oh, psh. Oh my God, that's
And you
some
don't
Harry
even miss
Potter
me.
shit.
Yeah, you don't even miss me. It's just I'm gone, and then I'll reappear.
No, I
and-
do miss. So for myself, I have missed you, like
Yeah.
in the sense that it doesn't matter what job I've been at.
Yeah.
I've been at particular jobs where certain things happen, and it's almost like I'm talking to the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But it's really because right, CT, we'd see each other in the aisles, and things
Yeah.
would happen, and we just look at each other. So I miss that. I will tell you that I miss you in a work setting.
I've missed you too.
100%. I do, the truth is I do think about people often, but again, it could be ego.
Yeah.
It could be me relishing in my own pain. I don't reach out enough. So I promised myself this year,
Yeah.
that's definitely something I,
I
have
mean,
to
like,
hold myself to.
I really liked the experiment. I got to talk to people that I haven't talked to in like 20 years.
That's
Because like
crazy.
I went like there's people that was like elementary
The
school.
fact that you still have them in your contacts.
Well,
is
no, they're
wild.
just all on Facebook,
Okay,
right?
that too.
So it's like all I did was just message people on Facebook. And
It's a
stuff.
good thing I didn't cash in on my Facebook.
Yeah.
I almost did. I won't lie to you.
No, good. Well, I mean, when I was in high school, I had almost 2,000 people on my Facebook. I have like 300 now. So it's like,
Hold on. I have to check how many people I have on my Facebook. That is wild. Though the
So,
fucked
yeah.
up part is I feel like mine is not accurate because I feel like the state that I come from is so retro in the sense that they're still so far back.
yeah,
A lot of the people that are on my Facebook, not sad, but kind of sad, are mostly family, I think, now. So
okay.
it's not like.
Okay, hold on. I just want to clarify on video that if I didn't reach out to you, it's not because I don't love you. It's just because we
He
talk
he
all the
don't
time. I'm
he don't
talking
give a
about
shit.
people. I'm talking about people that I haven't talked to in a long
He
time.
don't give a shit. Don't let it look like, oh, you just came across him on homeboy's just going through his Facebook and he's like, oh, this person, I'm nosy. Let's see what they're doing. Let's just keep it real for what it is. Relax. But I think most of the people on my, did you just say you only have 300 friends?
Yeah.
I have 365 friends. And I ain't gonna lie to you, homie. Remember, I'm Latina.
Yeah.
We multiply like roaches. I guarantee you 80% of them are family.
Hold on, let me see exactly.
To all of you that I
your
haven't
number?
reached out to, I mean, get at me if you really want to talk to me. Like, I'm not gonna turn you down or anything, but
I have 308.
I have more than you.
Yeah, you have more friends than me.
I don't know why, but it gives me a sense of power right now. Because you're talking about your social experience.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, like, I could tell you right now that I think most of these people are family. And random people that I've met along the way.
Yeah.
But I think a good portion of them are family.
Yeah.
It's because they multiply, bro. They just, they keep getting older and the rest of them just...
They're like all the friends, all the people that I talked to and reconnected with, I didn't continue talking after the first maybe interaction or whatever, but some of them have become friends again. So it's like, not family friends, but like more so I talk to them more often, and we were friends, like such good friends in high school.
Now, if I didn't reach out to you, that was probably on purpose. I mean, if you want to talk to me, more than likely you can. I'm always open to it, but I'm not really going looking for no one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we were supposed to wrap up, and then we went on another 20-minute
Well,
tangent.
you brought up Facebook friends, and now I just wanted to know.
Anyways, so to end things. To wrap things up.
I mean, Dabs, bro, we're still friends. We're still here.
We all make friends. We all lose friends.
We're still friends.
I'm
not in the top 5, but that's okay. That might change.
Yeah, you gotta come up more.
God damn it.
But yeah, it's we all go through shit, and you don't know someone's story. You can't assume things, and try and be more understanding so that you don't lose people you don't want to. And it's okay. Sometimes you're the toxic friend that needs to be let go of.
Yeah, for real.
And
but reflect.
I think reflecting and being open to that idea is more important than being defensive about.
And be real. If you miss someone, tell them you miss them. If you don't want to lose someone, tell them that. Like, I told someone that I talk about them and I speak their name into rooms all the time because I mourn that friendship still. Like, sometimes, they say that to be in love, you have to be a fool. And I think I do love some of my friends, so be willing to make a fool of yourself sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good message. All right. You've listened to the Awks Talk. Peace. Thanks for listening. This is...
Adios.
You're listening to the Awks Talk
Awks Talk
podcast.